So I'm going to start on the daily and I'm going to look at the US dollar, which is probably not how you're trading it. But I'm going to talk about this one because I want to explain why I like it. Okay, this rally that we had last year into January was a big fat impulsive rally. And what we've seen since then is an ABC correction. So this sharp drop that we made, this is a proper spiky chart. So this first swing lower and this second swing lower was 61.8 of the first swing. That's very typical for an ABC correction. And if that's right in BNB, that means this is a wave 1, this is a big wave 2, and hopefully we're about to see a big wave 3, the 3 of 3, the most powerful of an impulse wave higher. Now, when we look at the price action since we've bottomed, it hasn't been that promising so far, but this was a very sharp drop. And so we're a little bit sideways. I'm watching because of this big daily price action. I'm watching for this next big powerful wave 3 to begin and a really smart impulse. Now, we had this sideways consolidation, and if you draw it as a wedge, it looks like we've come back and failed the retest, doesn't it? But if we draw it as fib levels and we go from high to low and we put our 382 fib in like this, and we take this away, then what you can see actually was that this was a 382 fib test that we kept failing at. So a triple top. We failed and failed and failed. And then this time we went to the 50%. Now, that's normally not terribly bullish. So if we keep going lower, or we lose some support, we could potentially retrace 50% of this move. But if we hold this support, which we are so far, and we hold this moving averages, the 20 moving average on the daily, then this could have been a bit of a shakeout, and we could be about to turn around and head higher. So I'm still long BNB for that reason, and I'm holding on, and I'm still looking for the big one to begin. So here on the 4-hour, using our trading system, we are setting up for a buy, but we're only going to be a buy, remember, if we get above 50% of this drop, which is where we've stopped today. So I realize this probably isn't the most bullish setup I showed you. You just have to trust that bigger picture this is. So I think that if we can get back above 1446, it will be a warning that Binance Coin is back on the move again, and then back above 16 and back above that 50% level, we could really fly in this one. So I've got my eye on this. So I'm going to borrow this fib here, move it down here, and do some projections for where we go next. Like this. So this 50% level is a big deal because it's also 1.618 of this correction, as you can see. So it's major resistance for us. But if we get above it, then we're going to go up to the 786 and up here next, 22. And then our butterfly pattern and our next fib levels potentially take us to 113 here. Potentially take us to 39. We're going to have some resistance, strong resistance around 30. But if we do see, if this is wave 1, and we do see a big wave 3 setting up in BNB, then 39 is where we're going to go. So major resistance, but holding up. This is one that I think has potential, but it has to clear some resistance to get there. So that's my look in BNB US dollar. Let's take a quick look at it against Bitcoin, because it's much more of a much better bullish chart. You can see that we're in a solid uptrend against Bitcoin. So every time we've rallied, we've gone to fib extensions of this first correction. So this is a pretty nice 2.618. And so if we continue with the extensions from this, and we continue in this uptrend and break from this consolidation higher in Binance against Bitcoin, then our next upside target is 22,200 sat, and then 26,300 sat for this next swing higher in BNB. Here on the daily, this is why I really like BNB. Here on the daily, we've got a bullish setup. We're back above the 20 moving average. Oscillators turning higher, crossing through the center line. So this is a daily buy signal in BNB. But again, 50% of this drop is really where I want to see it kind of push through to confirm it. And that so far has been the high. So where we're at. So at some resistance, that's if we clear above that, so 16,467 sat, this will be sort of a bullish daily signal, will be above our 4-hour moving averages and looking for new highs in Binance Coin Bitcoin.